Alright, so I think I got a pretty consistent and pretty decently fast team as well. Unfortunately, it's not always going to be guaranteed below the minimum requirement for you to blitz at the lowest amount of chips. But again, and also it is unfortunate that if you don't have Tevor for this game mode, then you're going to suffer. If you don't have Tevor, maybe you can swap him out with Genie. Maybe that could work. And the reason why I say if you don't have a Tevor, it's going to suffer because this boss, if you crit on him, you do 0 damage. So you cannot bring like your standard DPS, like Ggez or even Brewster is not going to work, because when you crit, you do like literally no damage at all. You're going to do more damage on a non-crit than you are on a crit. And the boss has this passive that Andras allies take significantly more damage on non-crit damage and significantly less from crit damage. And whenever he takes crit damage, he increases his AP. So definitely you don't want to run any crit rate, and that is why Tevor, he does a lot of damage even not critting because of his highest HP marking. He does 600% true damage attack on his S3 and his S1, which is why, as you can see, he does 92,000 non-crit, and his S1 will also do like about 70,000, which is insane. If you don't have Tevor or Genie, I would not recommend even farming this boss at all, because the poison team is not reliable, and not only it's not reliable, it's extremely slow. You can sometimes go up to like 300 turns and like 10 minutes or something like that with the poison team. It's extremely unreliable because this Andras boss is the same as Kronos, whereas he will have a hidden poison resistance to the boss. So the boss's resistance is not kept at 100%. There's an additional poison resistance added onto the boss. So even if you have your poison units at 100% accuracy, you're not going to land most of the poisons, which is why the poison team is extremely unreliable. You can extend the fight all the way up to like 300 turns, and it's extremely slow and unreliable as well. So yeah, Tevor, the first 2 turns for this team is going to be the same. I have my Fabrice move first so that he casts the S3, and then whenever he has his second skill up, he will then use it on the lowest AP ally, which most likely going to be Tevor because he's the slowest in the team. So as you can see, he pushed Tevor right there, and Tevor will just then nuke. So Tevor is on Astralis, triple attack and counter set. If you want it to be faster, and what I mean by faster is faster in terms of time and not in turn limit, then you put your Tevor on anything aside from counter set. As you can see, I double critted right there. You want your Tevor to be 0% crit rate, because if you crit the boss, you do no damage. There is some downside about this team, is that I am heavily relying on Tevor. If he lands too many crits, then my team will do no damage. Meredith is also really good here because her S3 does a lot of damage. She provides speed up, heal. It's very important. Even though the boss reduces your healing, you still need healing, because when the debuff is gone, your healing is back to normal. So healing is still needed in the team. Fabrice, once again, the immunity is very good because the ads do land some debuffs on you, attack down, defense break and stuff. So yeah, as you can see, my Fabrice AP push my Tevor, so he gets a bunch of turns, get more chances to Astralis, and that's how this team works. It's basically just power boosting Tevor. And Abigail is also very important here. She provides the shield, attack buff, and also the revive. Since my team heavily relies on Tevor, if Tevor dies, then the team is basically dead. But with Abigail, she can revive Tevor, and that's why I put him on the frontmost spot. So he can be prioritized by Abigail. And one more thing, Ggez is here to reset either Tevor because he has the highest current cooldown, or Abigail. Whenever Abigail revives, she will have the highest current cooldown, then Ggez will then reset her. So she will only have like a maximum of 3 turns on her revive. So yeah, 9 out of 10, not bad. It's pretty fast as well. My fastest is 53 turns with this team. I tried running speed lead as well, but speed lead, it's a little bit more risky but it can be faster. It's more risky because my team can actually get wiped. As you can see, Tevor is doing the most of the damage. I'll show you my runes and then I'll do a 10 blitz. That's my Abigail. She's on Ocean Waves, HP, Master Grove. And Tevor, you need 0% crit rate on him. Attack, and attack. Posted it Ggez here. I forgot to mention, if you have an R2 Tevor, you probably cannot run this strategy. So yeah, I don't know. Give it a try if you have an R2 Tevor, but R2 Tevor guarantees crit, so he's going to do like no damage, I think. On Astralis, counter set if you want it to be faster in turn count, but remove the counter set and put like something like Master Grove if you want it to be faster in terms of time. And then Meredith, HP, Master Grove. You want all of your supports to be extremely tanky and decently fast. My Fabrice, it's better to run him on Ocean Waves, but I put him on Wind Set because I just want the speed tuning to be right. He needs to move first so that he starts off with the S3, and then Tevor moves last. Whenever Tevor gets his turn, he does his S3, and then Fabrice gets his turn, he will then target his S2 onto Tevor, so it's a little bit faster to clear the waves of the wave 1 and 2. And then Ggez is here on it's better to run HP, Master Grove instead, but I ran out of HP main stat. So yeah, my runes aren't even that crazy on this one. I think some of them are not even, boosted. And I have like accuracy on some of these. This one shouldn't be any crit rate because you don't want any crit rate on all of your units. So yeah, this one is not even boosted. Right now, the poison team is extremely unreliable. It's extremely slow unless you're like super patient and you can, or if you can just auto farm it on the background, then go right ahead. But again, the poison team is still not reliable enough for it to be that slow. And Genie can be swapped out with Tevor. But aside from that, if you can think of any other DPS that does not need to run any crit rate to do damage, then it could work. I think Genie would be the best replacement for Tevor. I'm just gonna do like 10 blitz. As you can see, I'm out of memo chips because I tried a slew of teams. I tried Jangman. Jangman is pretty good, but it's not faster than this team. I tried Everett, but again, not as fast as this team and not as reliable as this team. So this team, it's somewhere around like 60 to 90 turns. If you get lucky, you can sometimes go below 60. Yeah, there we go. 67 turns, 60 turns on the dot. And it's pretty reliable as well. The consistency is pretty good. And yeah, that's the team. Let's take a look at the formations. Yeah, my fastest is around 2 minutes. The poison team is not really that fast. As you can see, it's around 3 minutes. It's okay, but again, it's not reliable because you don't land the poison like most of the time. The boss has above 100% resistance to poison, which means even if you have your poison units on 100% accuracy, it's not going to do that much. If you have a Xuanpin, Xuanpin is going to be great because she can assist proc Tevor. Whenever Tevor assist procs on the boss, then he's going to do massive amounts of damage. So if you have a Xuanpin, then she could probably be swapped out with either this one or this one. And yeah, that's about it. Once again, I need to emphasize this is not a free-to-play team. I'm using a net 5 shimmer, and if you don't have a Tevor or a Genie, I would highly advise going trying to farm this boss. And yeah, that's about it. Ciao.